start with our blueberry pancakes. We're going to be using 1 cup brown rice flour. I'm going to pour it into the sifter. And then 1/2 cup of almond flour and 1/2 cup of potato starch. The key should be about done. Okay. Yep, it is. Great. Now I'm going to add 3 teaspoons of baking soda to this and just a pinch of salt. Perfect. Looks good. We're going to sift together our dry ingredients. If you don't have all of these flours on hand, you can use a baking mix. You choose your favorite. There are plenty out there. And just substitute 2 cups in this recipe of your baking mix. I like using different baking flours, gluten-free flours, because you get different tastes and textures, and you find out what flours you like better and what you don't like. It's all through trial and error. And while you're sifting that, I'm gonna crack 2 eggs into the bowl. I like to mix the liquid ingredients separate from the dry ingredients first, because then when you incorporate it later, it makes a smoother batter. And now I'm adding 2 tablespoons of melted butter. You wanna make sure that it's already room temperature because you don't wanna cook the eggs. Okay. I'm gonna whisk the eggs a little bit before I add the blueberry juice. Now I'm gonna add 1 cup of blueberry juice. I'm using blueberry juice instead of milk or cream. It makes it lighter. And this is sparkling blueberry juice. Yes, it makes it even fluffier. Now you can use any juice you want. I like to use juice rather than fruit because you don't know what's in season. Blueberries right now aren't in season, so the juice is perfect. This actually came about when I had my daughter. My mom was coming over every morning to make me pancakes. I know, I'm a very lucky woman. And our mom's the best. Yes. And we were out of milk and I wanted pancakes so bad. I was up all night with my crying daughter and I was starving and I just needed those pancakes. And so she was like, we have blueberry juice. Why don't we add that as liquid? And it was probably the best thing ever. Okay, so this is mixed up. Now we're going to add it into the dry mix. Do you want to stir while I'm adding the liquid? You could use a whisk if you're more comfortable with this, but we use a fork. So just mix it in. You're probably gonna have to put some elbow grease in this. Okay. You got it? Yeah. I'm just gonna straighten up while you mix that. So we're using a griddle today for the pancakes. If you don't have a griddle, you can just cook it on a pan, preferably a non-stick pan, and you would use about 1 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon of olive oil, depending on how many pancakes you're putting in the pan. With the griddle though, you don't have to put in oil. Good? Okay? Yep. Let me just... She always does better. Now what I like to do when making pancakes is put a little tiny drop onto the pan or the griddle to test the heat, so you don't make a full one and have it break, in the pan or on the griddle. It's a good idea. Yeah. And it seems like it is. Let's test it. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, I like to use 1/4 cup. It makes the pancakes all uniform and the same. We're just gonna put 1/4 cup of pancakes on. And you can see how light and fluffy they already are before they're even cooked. So again, since we're not using actual full berries, you get a slight blueberry taste. If you want it to be taste more like blueberries, you can add a little bit more liquid, but remember you wanna add a little bit more flour. And these are good plain with powdered sugar and of course with maple syrup and butter. For me, this pancake batter mix was a good way to be introduced and play around with the different varieties of flours out there when cooking gluten-free. It can be a little bit hard, getting the texture and the taste. Yeah, and pancakes are the best way to taste flours because you're not overpowering it with chocolate or anything. So you actually taste the different flours in there and you know what you like and what you don't like. And it's a lot easier than making bread. Yes, it is. Those look gorgeous. Yes. So they're just gonna cook. We have our little one ready. Okay, and they're golden brown. And fluffy, yeah. See? Just looking at them, you could hardly tell that they're gluten-free. There we go. We'll make another batch. Now this should make about 10 or 12 pancakes depending on the size. And Veronica, would you mind cutting the quiche? It smells really good.
Sure.
And it looks like breakfast is ready. Let's try it. I'll get some pancakes. This looks really good.
Yeah, it does.
Gluten-free.
For you and me.